Hello, hello, and welcome to Community TV with Adaire. This is TV for you by TV from me, and this is where I bring to you people who in the community who are doing amazing things to help those around them. So it's usually businesses, and they're usually doing things that are just amazing for improving people's lives. We've had gardeners, permaculturists, we've had physical PT, physical trainers. We've had lovely Josephine who makes her own skincare, and we've had tarot card readers, psychics, an amazing array of people who've come and they've shared their time and talents with you to help improve your life. Thank you for joining me. The only saying it sounds like I'm in a tunnel. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I can do about that. Let me just pull the mic a bit closer. How's that? I did do a test to see if it worked, but yes, is that better? Hey, Georgie's here as well. Georgie, we've got Geoff in the lobby. Let me introduce Geoff because he is our special guest for today. Meet Geoff. Let's see, meet Geoff Jowett. Now, Geoff, I can see you down in the lobby, and I'm going to take some poetic license. And someone's saying I sound fine. Georgie's saying you're good. Theone, it must be your ear holes. Clean out the wax, girl. So I'm just going to introduce Geoff, and I would like to say thank you to Georgie for helping me put together this introduction. So hang on for the ride. Without a doubt, Geoff Jowett is one of the most foremost authorities on weight loss around the world, having helped millions with their goals over 20 years. Experience coaching, educating, and motivating people, Geoff is able to cut through the industry hype, the latest fads, and I need a bigger writing. The latest fads, antiquated theories to provide genuine theories that change lives. This is real, folks. He started his career as a personal trainer, once completing his sports science degree from the University of New South Wales, and quite quickly became the best in the business, winning the coveted Business Australian Personal Trainer of the Year award in 2003. Geoff walks the talk. He is a champion bodybuilder and a product of his product. The weight loss, health, fitness, food, and supplement industries are littered with marketing spin and people peddling their own product more so than telling the honest truth. Geoff is the author of Myths, Lies, and Exercise, and has just released a new book, Exercise Makes You Fat. Geoff embodies resilience and robustness, which has come through from his intense struggles and frustrations. He acknowledges his demons, he acknowledges his addictions, and focuses on moving forward and fulfilling his legacy. His story will help anyone struggling to step forward into his or her greatest self. One of his greatest lines in life is to have a massive go, and that's something that Geoff is doing at the absolute highest level. Welcome, Geoff.
Hi, Adaire. How you going?
I'm doing very well. You must have a day for live broadcasting. I saw you before on someone else's page, so you were.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit going on. It's good. You know, I try and get around and have a few chats with a few people. So, yeah, thanks for having me on.
And thank you so much for being here. And what I would like to do after that massive introduction is and Georgie's saying, woohoo, welcome, Jeffro.
Hello,
Georgie's here with us. And Theone's saying exercise does make you fat. And then she's also telling this for the record, she's my business partner. She's my Greek wife. So we do give each other curry. But Georgie is here with us. And let's see who else we've got. If you're in the house, just shout out and say hi. Please remember, invite your friends because this is great info. I know what Geoff is capable of and how much value he adds because I'm in his, this is a disclaimer, I am in his community, the TJM tribe, and we'll explain that in a moment. And I would just like you to click the invite button, which is on your PC. If you're going to theatre mode, it's at the top right-hand corner, the little silhouette with the plus. And also, if you're on your mobile device, it's at the bottom left. So please invite your friends to watch this live because we want to have a party here today. Geoff.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well, Adaire. Very well indeed. Thanks.
So tell us a little bit, share about the amazing things you've done, and then you sort of you rise, and then you've sort of fallen a little bit. So share a bit of your story. What's brought you here today, Geoff?
Oh, look, yeah, it's been a bumpy road, Adaire. I've had a few wins in life and business, and had a few really big spills and blunders, all of which shaped me into where I am today, and a bloke who I feel is on the right path now. I think I lost my way a few years ago, fueled with ego and addiction and disease of more, as I call it, aspiring and always wanting more and next, and never really happy in the moment, and never really grateful for what I had back in the day. So really big changes. My background is as a sports scientist and a personal trainer and weight loss coach, all of which I'm extremely proud of. But more nowadays, I do a lot of stuff around addiction. I do a lot of, and I think everybody battles addiction in one form or another. We've all got, name your poison: food, alcohol, drugs, gambling, internet, smoking, you name it, the list goes on.
Yes.
And,
relationship. Yep.
Yeah, so there's plenty of that, and that led me to create the Jowett method, which is a mindset club, for weight loss and life. It's a community where people connect and learn and grow and change, and it was my failures and pain and suffering and mistakes and isolation and all the stuff I went through over the last few years, and gratefully came out the other side better.
Yeah.
You know, I say trust the struggle, better for the struggle, better for the much needed lessons. That culminated in me creating TJM, the Jowett method. I love it. It's something that is really impacting people all around Australia now, and going to the deeper issues like diets. Let's be honest. If diets worked, everyone would be thin. If the gym worked for weight loss, everyone would be thin 5 times over. We're medicating with food. That's the issue. We medicate with food. I used alcohol. I was a binge drinking alcoholic for a decade. I was not aligned with my values. I wasn't happy where I was. No one else's fault but mine. I made the mistakes. I did it. No one else. And that's one of the keys to life: ownership, awareness and ownership. What we do is we celebrate the wins and we say how good we are. And then when it goes bad, it's the other bloke's fault. No, you were there for all of it, just like I was. We play the blame game when it goes bad, and we love it when we go good. We've got to own all of it. That's the platform for transformation, and that's what I coach and teach in TJM.
And I know I've been a member of the group for probably nearly a month now, and it has and introduced by the lovely Georgie, who's here. She's TJM is she's saying the TJM group gives connection that kills addiction. And I'd have to say, like, my own testimonial for that is, while it is about, we might come into your community and your tribe looking for weight loss, it's actually that's the outcome of a mindset shift. And I think I've dropped a dress size in just a few weeks, which is pretty amazing, because I struggled with it, but it was sort of like effortless. And you're not effortless. Is that a word? You're not even focusing on. You're not even focused on that. You're actually focused on, I love what you say, we focus on the process, because as Theone says, diets don't work. It's about making it a lifestyle. It's about falling in love with that process and doing the process. So that has been absolutely phenomenal for me. And Georgie's saying fantastic results there. Where's Georgie? I gave her a link. She can jump in and have a chat with us too. What do you reckon, Geoff?
Sure. I've only got about 20 minutes though, so if you want to get me involved, let's just stay on.
We'll keep going. So what is some things that you do now that are different to what you were doing before? That's probably the key stuff.
Sure. So it's process focused. So a lot of the stuff that I do now is all around the process, not the outcome, as you touched on before. People become emotionally attached to a result. And you'll never achieve your result if you're emotionally attached to it. Weight loss, health, life, business, anything. Always have to come back to the process. I say present in the process prevents self-sabotage. Present in the process. So the best athletes in the world trust the process. They focus and live in the process, not the outcome or the goal. The gold medalist lives in the process, not the outcome. 10% of your focus should be on the results. 90% should be on the process. Now, goal setting, I do a lot of stuff on goal setting now in corporations, and I go in and talk about how to set goals. I say 10% of your time's on the goal, 90% on the process. Whether I'm speaking at Glencore at the moment, a huge mining company, and talking to them about process and results and goals. 10% of it is the goal, the vision board. 90% of it is the process behind the goal. What does your process look like behind the goal? We live in a day where everyone's doing vision boards, but they're not doing anything behind the vision board.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
and that makes total sense. And Theonie's saying, yes, emotional attachment is complete self-sabotage, speaking from experience. And I think we've all had that experience. But I love that. Unpacking the vision board a little bit more. It's something that that I think is great, because we were taught, and I go back to Weight Watchers, like seriously, back in the, I won't tell you how long ago, but we were told to put a picture of ourselves on that we wanted to look like on the fridge, but also put a fat picture of ourselves on the fridge. But it really wasn't, it was probably more about beating yourself up than what it was about getting involved in the actual, and I'm sure they've come a long way since those days, but it was, yes, they're only saying 10% on the goal, 90% on the process.
Here's the thing. You know, at Weight Watchers, you still weigh yourself every week. So, no.
Yep.
You weigh yourself once a month, and then you focus on the process. Once a week, no good. You're gonna be constantly obsessed about the number in your head. Yeah. Everybody I know has a weight loss number in their head. Forget the number. It's going to happen by default when you forget about the number. I said something the other day. You are not fat. You have fat.
I love that. I love that. And when you said you have fat like you have fingernails, oh my God, that was like when a light bulb went on, Geoff. It was like, wow, I am not that.
You know, there's an emotional attachment to it. It's the same people with money. They have limiting beliefs. They have glass ceilings around how much money they can make, the size of the company, the amount of love they can bring into their life. It's not reality-based. It's a story they tell themselves up in their head. Exactly the same with a person's weight loss goals and aspirations. They're telling themselves a story based on their past. Their past does not exist anywhere other than in their mind. It's a story. It's a mind virus that Wayne Dyer called it. The late, great Dr. Wayne Dyer called it a mind virus.
Yes.
And he also said, he went on to say, the working unit of your life is now. It's what we do with the working unit of your life. It's not the analysis of yesterday or the pondering of tomorrow. That does 2/3 of F all. It's analysing yesterday, pondering tomorrow does nothing. 10% of your time on that. 90% back to the present moment in the process for weight loss, health, life, career, everything. It's what we do with now. And look, as I said, you are not fat. You have fat. We need to remove the emotional attachment. We tell ourselves a story that when we get to our weight loss goal, our life's going to be amazing. No, your life's amazing now. You tell yourself a story. When I get to my weight loss goal, you know, the trumpets are going to be playing and the ticker tape. No, there's no trumpets. There's no ticker tape parade. Your life's going to be exactly the same as it is now. You're just slim. When you understand that, you won't self-sabotage. You won't trip yourself over every time. Why is it people can lose 50 kilos, but their goal was 52 and they can't lose the last two? Bang, mindset.
Yeah.
You can lose 50, but you can't lose 52. It's because of the mindset. You get so close to goal, you can't see yourself at goal because you're obsessed with the number. Throw the number in the bin, focus on the process, and you'll cruise right past the number like it wasn't even there. Now, this is the stuff that is behind the vision boards and behind the goal. The other thing behind the vision board and behind the goal is the reason why we medicate with food. If someone's overweight, there's a reason. There's guilt, shame, pain. We are using external feel goods to medicate an internal pain. We have to understand where the pain is coming from in order to stop medicating with food. When we stop, you see, bottom line, when people stop emotional comfort binge eating, you lose all the weight you want. I don't care what diet you're on. Most of them work. It's the fact that we binge because of the pain. So I teach people about long-term consequences. And I say, right, 5 years from now, imagine this. You've put all the weight back on. You've put all the weight back on and another 20 kilos. How does that feel? I want you to play that out. How does that feel? Terrible. Terrible. All right. So we do this exercise. We say, what's your main problem food? For a lot of people, it's chocolate. All right. Write that down. Chocolate. What's the heaviest you've ever been? 130 kilos. All right. Write down 140 kilos. Chocolate equals 140 kilos. And how do you feel? Problem, result, feeling. How do you feel? Chocolate, 140 kilos, depressed, sad, alone, dead. Write it all down. It's horrendous. That's your pain. Use the pain when you're about to binge. Use the long-range pain to stop the short-term action of binging with food. And that's one of the many methods in the Jowett method, one of the many strategies I use to stop people emotional comfort binge eating in the moment. Because what happens is people go on diets, they're going good, and then 2 minutes a day they go shit, and they've eaten 2,000 calories in that 2 minutes. They've eaten a block of chocolate. It's the 2 minutes. It's when you're in that hypnotic trance, when you're buckled, when life's not going your way, when you're in overwhelm. You've got to stay out of overwhelm. And that comes down to breathing and gratitude and being present. If you don't breathe and you're not grateful, you're going to go into overwhelm. You're going to have resentments. Next minute, you smashed a block of chocolate. Like, everyone's the same. I used to do it with whiskey. I'd have a bottle of whiskey in a blink if I wasn't handling all of that deeper stuff, you see. So weight loss is multi-dimensional. It's not just cut your calories. Yeah, great, it is. It is mathematically, but no one can just do that without going deeper and understanding the root cause of their pain. And that's why I teach forgiveness letters, Adaire. I say, right, write a forgiveness letter to yourself. And write a forgiveness letter to every person who you think's wronged you. You see, the best place you can ever come to is peace. You want to have peace. You know, I got no resentments to anyone. And you know what? For me to say that, fair dinkum, I had heaps. For me to sit here 2:47 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, and say I don't have any resentments or grudges to anyone, if I can say that, anyone watching this can get to that place. Because fair dinkum, I had more issues in the Daily Telegraph. I had an ego the size of Ayers Rock. I had plenty going on. I was not going that good at all. And for me, a couple of years later, to be in a good place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, wow, it's just doing the work each day, but you got to do the work each day. You can't pick it up and put it down. You can't do it one day and go, oh, I'm fixed. There's no fixed. You got to do this for the rest of your life. You got to work on yourself from the neck up. If we work on the neck up,
it's a bit like hygiene, isn't it? You know, you've got to do it daily for it to work.
Mate, you got to brush your teeth. You got to have a shower. And that is transformation 101. The Japanese word kaizen, constant self-improvement. You got to do the work each day, each and every day, a little bit, chip away, be 1% better each day. Why are 60% of Australians obese? Because they're not doing the work on themselves. We can't blame the food industry. We can't blame Maccas. No one's got a gun to our head to eat quarter pounders and ice creams and blocks of chocolate when we're stressed. So the world's gotten faster. That's the reality. The reality is that we've normally got 3 or 4 screens in front of us: the iPad, the iPhone, the computer, the TV. The world got fast, and so did our head.
Yeah.
And if we don't learn how to slow down our head, we're buggered. Yeah. We've got to learn how to come back to the present moment. We've got to start the day with gratitude and love, not fear.
Yeah.
You got to do all this stuff. Now, all of this culminates in massive, sustained weight loss and happiness. I say building healthier and happier humans through mindset and connection. I don't talk about weight loss. I say building healthier and happier humans through mindset and connection. Healthier and happier, that's what we all want to be. And then there's a flow-on effect into other areas of your life. You lose heaps of weight. But if you make it all about weight loss, you're never going to lose the weight.
And I think that's the thing is that it, like you said, the areas and other areas in your life that will benefit from having, there's a flow-on effect, and that's why I really loved what you said about don't weigh yourself weekly, just do it monthly. But I actually haven't got on the scales again since I started.
Perfect.
It's my
I
clothes.
think $1 million.
I don't have to. Jeez, I don't have to lay on the bed to zip my jeans up. You know, like I just go, wow, this is happening. And so you're actually more in touch with what's happening inside rather than letting some external thing tell you whether you're fat or not. So
Absolutely.
I really, really enjoy that process. And Georgie is going great guns here. She must be a speed typist. DJM has helped me stop doing my crazy monkey brain. And I have to say, Geoff, the absolute what you do in that community for the community members, I mean, because there is an element of needing to know the sorts of things the good things to eat and the way to get yourself on track there, but it's not the focus, and that would be for anything. I think you've had people in the community that have had, you know, diabetes reversed and some other amazing testimonies. So there's a whole heap of things around changing your eating habits, changing your mind to change your eating and your, like you said, practicing a lifetime of gratitude. And that's a secondary thing. The weight loss is down. It's one of the benefits or one of the outcomes that would happen as a result of the process. So
for sure. And my pain that I went through, self-inflicted pain out of ego.
Yeah.
Your suffering is your gift.
Yes.
When you suffer, it teaches you compassion for others. If you don't suffer, you don't have compassion for others. I didn't have compassion for others. I should have been an optometrist. It was I.
I haven't heard that one before, but
I didn't know. I got plenty of them, Adaire. I'll just pluck them out of my backside, the little ones. So don't you worry about that.
And I'm sure we're treated to many of them. Yeah.
The reality of it is, I had an ego the size of Texas. I thought I was awesome, and I had my head up my bum, and my life imploded. When you come back to a place of gratitude and humility, and you do it for the right reasons, and you genuinely care, people come out of the woodwork to help.
Yes.
And it's funny, I'm doing this speaking stuff in the mines, and I'm really excited about it because a lot of the miners battle addiction. And, you know, I was a binge drinking alcoholic. I was, you know, drugs, alcohol, you name it. I was there. It looked good on the outside. It was horrendous on the inside. Now I get to pay it forward and go and speak and share my story. I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't go through all of that. But not only that, these opportunities that are presenting themselves for me now in the world, it's all word of mouth because people can tell I mean it. People can tell it's real. One of my best mates said to me the other day, I coach him. Very successful guy in business, but I do the mindset stuff with him, and he's going great. But anyway, he said, mate, you know the difference between you now and a few years ago? I said, what's that? He says, I believe you now.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
It's big.
That's huge. That means that you're operating in your integrity and with true authenticity.
Well, look, the good news is, mate, when you're knocked down to ground zero and maybe even a little bit below, you got nothing if not that, Adaire. Nothing.
Yeah.
I had, and I'll be real, you know, the only thing that kept me alive at rock bottom were my two little dogs, William and Harry. That was it. I would have absolutely jumped off the balcony. I was at rock bottom. I was buckled. I was still in ego. I was a victim. I was blaming everyone except myself. And it was a really dark and lonely place. And, you know, I got myself into AA and I started a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very grateful for that. Someone said to me in AA early on in the piece, they said, mate, you know, give yourself a couple of years, you'll be fine. I thought, years? Jesus. I thought, weeks. I thought I'd be on in a couple of weeks, not years.
Really?
They said, mate, it takes time. And it does.
Yeah.
It takes time to change your mindset. You can't, you know, you got to invest in it each day. You can't invest in it for 5 minutes. We want everything in 2 minutes. We want 50 kilo off in 2 minutes. If it took you 10 years to put 50 on, 12 months to get it off's a real good deal. 50 kilos, 10 years to put it on. 10 months to get it off is pretty good. Pretty good deal.
And the other thing with that is too, with our limiting beliefs, we've carried them around with us for, 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 years.
Yes.
And those, it's more about the, undoing that conditioning and those limiting beliefs as much as it is about getting that off in a certain time frame. And I think if we can expect to do that overnight, then it does take, it's like you said, a constant working process, and we do need to just go, this is what I want and this is what I'm prepared to do to get where I want to go, which is here right now, and enjoying the process. So I think it's awesome. Geoff, I know that you do have to go. We're on a really tight time frame at the moment, but I just want to say, if you are here, if you want to know more, comment TJM and you'll be sent a link where you can connect with Geoff on his business page, or you can also have a bit more of a look at the group, the TJM method. What do you call the group? I just go TJM. So the tribe.
It's the Jowett method.
The Jowett method tribe. So if you want to have a bit more of a look about that, or if you just want to see Geoff doing his stuff and follow him, just go to his business page, comment TJM, and you'll be sent a link. And you will be able to, when he pops up live, just click on follow and see first, and you'll be able to have all this juicy goodness when he goes live on his page at your fingertips, and you can definitely hook into the tribe when it suits you. So, Geoff, thank you so much for
no worries.
Popping in. I really enjoy the twice daily coaching we get, and I really enjoy the messages. If I'm not there for it live, I will go back and listen to it. You've got some amazing stuff, and Roz is, go Roz. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Good on you, Rosie.
Yeah, Roz, we look forward to seeing you in the tribe. I do look forward to being more involved and engaged and catching Georgie. Thanks, Geoff. You're an absolute legend, Co.
You're one of the greats, Georgie Fitzgerald. She's been with me since 2012. She lost a shitload of weight on body trim. She's one of my experts in the Jowett method. She does a segment on Tuesday night, Food, Family, Feeling Fabulous, an amazing segment for the newbies and food and how to feel great about yourself as a mum and as a wife. And it's just very powerful stuff from Georgie. We love her a lot. She's one of the favourites in the group as an expert. And look, just as I am, look, now at 3 o'clock, I'm heading off to ride.
Oh, hello, we've lost Geoff. He's heading off somewhere. I'm not quite sure where he's gone.
You got me. Hello.
Yep, well, you're back. So where are you heading off to at 3? We've got 2 minutes.
Horse riding, 3 days.
Nah. Oh, well, you have an amazing time. Thank you so much.
No worries, Adaire. Lots of love to everybody. Thanks for having me on the show.
And we'll talk to you again. I'll see you in the tribe. And if you're not in the tribe, everybody, get yourself in there. Okay. Bye for now. Okay, that was Geoff Jowett from the Jowett Method. If you haven't hooked into his stuff, please do go over to the Jowett Method or comment TJM to have a look at his page and see a bit more about what he does. If you decide that you love it, you will, you can just click on there's another link in the message that I'll be sending you, and then you can also have a look at joining the Jowett Method tribe yourself. It is fantastic. All right. And thanks, Georgie. Thanks for being here. That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Community TV with Adaire. We will be back again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Australian Central Daylight Time. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.